the dicing, the whipping. That is if you have to do it all by yourself with one knife, right? Or you can use the multi-blades that come along with your Cuisinart chopper. So this is your entire prep right here. You're getting the 2 chopping bowls, and they're 4 cups each. You're gonna, of course, you're gonna get the lids for the bowls. This is the pull chopper top, and it comes with that blade, that 5 blade, and it chops, and they're twisted in all different positions so that you get that nice, clean, perfect chop every time. You're even gonna get the blade that helps to whip. You get a spatula. You're getting a Cuisinart ceramic knife and the sheath that goes right along with it in the color of your choice. Do you want them in red, which red is the most popular always. We also have turquoise, this is pink, we've got black, and we also have it for you in white. We did have another color, and it's already gone, because so many of you, for less than $50, you're saying, wait a minute, I've got a right hand in the kitchen that's gonna do it perfectly every time. That's where Cuisinart comes in. And that's also where Mark Gill comes in. Perfect every time. Mark, it's so good to see you.
Hey, it's great to see you again, too. And guys, welcome to our kitchen. Let me show you right off the bat here why people love this. Check out what I'm doing. I'm taking a half a dozen ingredients that I can identify, pronounce. I know exactly what it is. And with a couple of quick, simple pulls, look what I've done here. I've created, from scratch, the most popular condiment on the planet. Look at that. And it's done so quick and so easy. And I'll tell you, this is why we're talking hundreds of reviews online. People just love this guy. And you know what? They love it so much that we upgraded it for you. And I'll show you what I mean, okay? Our original pull chopper had 2 cups. Well, now we've brought it up to 4 for you. So if you're doing dressings and things like that, it's fantastic. And our original blade set had 3 stories of blades. Fantastic, but we're going to give you a bigger container. We better give you more blades. So now we've given you 5 stories. It just sets right inside there. And this is your pull top. Every time I pull this, it's going to spin those blades 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25. So 25 cuts, 50 cuts, 75 cuts. Starting to see where this is going to save you some time. And the #1 feature, no matter what I do in the next 7 or 8 minutes, is right there. The name Cuisinart. And that's why we've given you that lifetime limited guarantee. So guys, here we go. It's perfect to pull out of the drawer instead of your knife and your cutting board, because the job that you need to do is done so fast and so easy. So if you're just doing something really quick for a meal, I mean, my fingers didn't have to touch it. They're nowhere near the blades. It's fantastic. But guys, watch this. And again, this is where these 5-star reviews just start rolling in. That's an entire package. So 75 to 100 cloves of garlic done in the same amount of time. I'm going to pull this 4 times and I'm going to stop. And I want you to see something, okay? Let me just grab a couple out of there. No matter how great a chef you are or how good your knife skills are, that's going to take you about 15 to 20 minutes, and that's about where you're going to end up. But guys, you want to see the great equalizer, and I love this. No matter how much time you spend in chef school, knife school, prep school, anything, you are never in a million years going to get this kind of result, and it only took seconds. And that's what we're talking about, Tamara. And you know what? I'm even saving the best part for last. You're going to love this. You ever tried to take a giant food processor or one of those like electric choppers and put them in the sink when you're done? Not an easy task. But when it comes time to clean this, look at this. 1 quick rinse, and I'm ready to go again. And that's the magic of the pull chopper from Cuisinart. And I love that we have all our colors in. I got to tell you.
Yes, we do. And you saw how fast that was. And if you're thinking, wait a minute, I wish I had that literally right now while I'm preparing lunch, order it now. You'll have it in a few days. And that's what you're going to do. And I want to show you because you say, well, Mark makes it look easy. Am I going to be able to do that? Let me show you. I'm not. I can cook, I can hold my own in the kitchen, but I'm no chef. But I want to show you. I'm going to show you how I make salsa. And I've got tomatoes. You see how chunky these are? Tomatoes, onions, parsley. Here's my pull top. I'm using this one in the black. And when you first pull, it might give you a little resistance. Just keep pulling, all right? And then you keep going. I like my salsa chunky, so I could stop right there. I think that was like 5 pulls. If I wanted to go a little bit more, I could go a little bit more. And guess what? I'm done. That's how easy it is for you to do. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be overly strong. It's not like trying to start up a lawnmower, you know, because I can't do that. But you will easily be able to chop and cut and dice and whip with your Cuisinart. We've got it not only at a clearance price, but you're getting it for less than $5 because that's the flex pay. Red is always popular. Don't forget the turquoise, pink, black, or white. And Mark, we want to see more.
All right. Well, you know what? There are reasons that this works as well as it does. And I want you to see one of them, okay? You see this curved blade? We did that on purpose. We got a whole room full of engineers that just sit around and figure stuff out. And I'll tell you, the curved blade is so great for helping you through that first cut. Here's what I mean, okay? So now we're going to give you one of our, I got to say now, world famous ceramic over stainless steel knives. These are fantastic. You can go online and see the reviews and the demonstrations for these. They're out of this world. But what it's going to do here, remember, this is a whole prep system. It's going to help you take the big stuff, turn it into little stuff, so you can get it into your hopper. And here's what I love. Those curved blades, even when it comes time with things like with strings that you can fight against, it's so fast, it's so simple, it's so easy. It's just a quick pull through and it's all done. You know what? Let's just kind of keep this going here with with a lot of things that we just kind of do every day in the kitchen. Like, let's take mushrooms, for example. I'll tell you something. See a little Band-Aid, my little ouchie there? That's because you reach for knives, you reach for cutting boards, and mushrooms, I tell you, these are one of the biggest culprits. They're slippery, they're hard to handle, and when your knife gets too close, well, we've all seen what can happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you kidding me with this? Guys, look at the texture and look at how much that's taken those mushrooms down in about 2 seconds. But if you're making one of those like fancy beef Wellington dishes where you've got to, take the inside that you're going to spread on that bread before you wrap the beef, that is nothing you're ever going to be able to do with a knife. And to go ahead and take that food processor out is just a big hassle. Instead, you can do it that fast and that easy. How about onions? You know what I mean? How many times have we sat in the kitchen and we've got a knife in one hand, an onion in the other, tears rolling down our face, right? It's because it takes time to do it. And in that time, it starts to irritate you. Well, watch this. 1, 2, 3. And I've got the perfect texture for soups and sandwiches and, anything like that I want to make. But if I want to get these onions to the point where they literally disappear in a couple of tablespoons of olive oil before I start that amazing sauce that I make for my family, watch this. No knife skills in the world are going to do that for you. And I'll show you this one more time, too, because, again, we've always said this, Tamara, no matter how great something is, no matter how much you love to use it, if it's hard to clean, you'll never touch it again. Right? So watch this. One little rinse, that's done. One little rinse, and that's done, and I'm right back at it. And by the way, if that's too much work, everything even goes in the dishwasher. How great is that?
I know. I love the rinse out. I love the just pop it in the dishwasher at the end of the day when you're cleaning all the other dishes. I will tell you this. There are so many of you calling in to get it in red, but if you want it in white, we have 140 left, and then we say goodbye to that one. Of course, turquoise, pink, or black are still available, but you get all of it. You're getting 2 of the chopping bowls, and they're 4 cups apiece. So you've got a lot of capacity here. They each have their own lid. This is the pull chop lid. The blade that I already have kind of stacked in there, but you can also switch that out if you wanted to whip something up. You could do that. This is that spatula. This is the knife. And it's all yours. You just let us know how many you want, which colors you want. If you're the one doing all the prep in the kitchen and you're saying, I wish there was a quicker way. Because even if you like cooking, there are some things that if I could just do them faster, then I can focus on other things. And this just allows you, as I say, having that sous chef in the kitchen. This has a manufacturer's lifetime limited warranty. That's something that Cuisinart stands behind. So if there were any questions, if there was any doubt, let the doubt be gone. I want you to call us. I want you to shop on hsn.com and read those reviews and get yours. And Mark, we're gonna see more. We've got about 4 more minutes or so. In that,
Terrific.
You've already done garlic, onions, you did celery, you did mushrooms. I mean, you've done enough for like a whole omelet at this point.
Right, and it's done in minutes, and I love that. We'll get to the omelet. I got something really cool to show you in just a second with that whipping blade. If you just hopped in though, I want to remind you, we've taken you from 2 cups to 4 cups. We've taken you from 3 stories of blades to 5, and that's going to give you that power you need. So even if you're going through things like root vegetables, like potatoes and carrots, This is built to be that tough. This is built to be that strong, especially with something like carrots. When you go and plug in one of those electric choppers, I mean, within if you're out by half a second, it's goop, right? I mean, it's just, you can't even work with it. This gives you the control that you want, the control that you need. And you mentioned that omelet, and I got to tell you, what a great thing to bring up. And here's why, okay? You know, when I started off my little cooking career here, I was the omelet guy at the omelet station at the brunch. So one of the things that I learned, and you're going to be able to do this with the kit that it comes with, because we're going to give you that whipping blade. Toss those eggs in your chopper and introduce a little bit of air in there. You're going to have the lightest, fluffiest omelets you've ever served your family. And remember, we've already done all of our prep beforehand. So let's get all of the stuff that we love in there, mushrooms, onions, whatever it is you want to throw in there, give it a mix. And Tamara, this is a cool part. You're going to get those extra containers and those extra lids. So you can fit up to 18 eggs at a time in here. So you can get a whole brunch ready literally in minutes. And, you know, we talked about that curved blade. We talked about making things easier. I want you to see this because this is pretty cool. See what I've done here? I've got my peppers, and I've got all of them in different parts of the machine. I got the green there, I got the red there, I got the yellow there. Well, in addition to that curved blade making that first cut easier, what it also does is mixes things for you. So you don't have to do one food item at a time and then mix it yourself. You can do them all at the same time, which I absolutely love. And, you know, before we wander away, I want to remind you that, you know, we're not only talking about quick snacks and you know, little meal preps. We're also talking about, well, meals. You want to see something kind of neat? If you're an egg salad sandwich fan, a chicken salad sandwich fan, anything like that, one of the things that you're going to notice is missing from there is mayonnaise. That's because, unlike a knife, I can chop this so fine that the yolk of the egg actually acts as the emulsifier to bring everything together. So I've now saved myself 1 or 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise every time I want to enjoy one of these sandwiches at lunch. And while that may not sound like much, it's tiny little things from there. Take it from a guy who's, you know, dropped 50, 60 pounds over the last little while. Wow. It's something, it's like that. It's little steps like that that make the biggest difference over time. So no mayonnaise at all. That's acted as the binder. Now we're talking meals in addition to snacks and preps. There's a reason there's so many 5-star reviews. There's a reason that so many people love this. And I'll tell you, it starts with the name Cuisinart, and it just goes from there, Tamara.
It really does. And let me tell you, last call in white. If you want white, we literally have about a dozen left. So if that's, and then we are gonna take that one away. You saw that Mark was using the turquoise. We've got the black, we've got the pink. Red is by far the most popular, and red is what we bring in the most of because we know that for so many of us, red is the pop color in our kitchen. But the idea is to have the right tools. And I say this all the time, no matter what it is that we're doing, when we have the right tools for the job doesn't feel like a chore. And if you're the one who does the cooking for your family, you get up and while everybody's still asleep, you're cooking breakfast. And then as soon as the breakfast dishes are done, you have to start on lunch. And then you have to start to prepare for dinner. Let this be your best friend in the kitchen so that it helps you when you're doing all of that, and then repeat. You have to do it again the next day and the next day because you're doing all of the chopping and all of the prep work right here with Cuisinart. And you know what? If you're one of those really organized people who does your meal prep like on Sundays, you can do your chopping and prep. You could even leave those chopped onions or whatever it happens to be in the container with the lid, because you're also getting the lids, the closure lids that go right along with. You can leave them in there, and then on Tuesday when you're ready to cook that meal or make that meatloaf or what have you, everything's already chopped. You just go to the refrigerator, dump it, mix it, and pop it in the oven. So enjoy this. You can see almost 900 of these have been ordered. We're quickly approaching almost 900. White is now gone, so I'm just gonna sneak that one away. A few, just about 400 left in the pink. We also have turquoise and black, red. I know we're down to our last minute. Mark, in the last minute or so, can we see something else?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that I love is, you know, when it comes time for soft foods, we've been doing a lot of hard foods, but when it comes time for soft foods, maybe you're making some toppings for ice cream or some baby food or something like that, you want to be able to have complete control. Because like I said, Unlike a food processor or an electric chopper, you put that thing on for a quarter of a second, you've basically made soup. So if I stop after 3 pulls, which I got to remind you, every time I pull that lid, it's 5 cuts, 5 blades. That's 75 cuts I've already done in less time than it took to explain it. Right? If I keep going, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to, again, I'm going to be able to turn this into any consistency I want, from a giant hard chunk all the way down to basically what you could serve as a milkshake if you added a couple of cubes of ice. The bottom line is this gives you complete control. I mean, maybe you're a baker. Maybe you love to bake. You know what? Go ahead and throw those, cookies in there, or graham crackers or anything like that. You know what? It's limitless what you're going to be able to do with this. You know what I mean? So whether it's prepping that garlic, carrots, onions, mushrooms, peppers, celery, whether you're doing baby food, maybe you're doing a little bit of baking, you're doing preparing snacks and meals, this is absolutely going to be your best friend in the kitchen. You just got a new sous chef.
Yes, you did. Mark, thank you so much for always being with us.
Have a great afternoon, Tamara.
We'll see you again next time. These are 724-610. Enjoy yours. And remember,